Not because he has the most subscribers, not because he's the most realest in the field, but the reason why Lucky is the best to do it because in the moment, he's not afraid to really go there. He's not afraid to really go there, though. And the problem is, most of you fatos never really go there in the field for real. I didn't even go, I was a half stepper my whole life.
Hey, what do you do? What it is, what it was. This is your boy Pocho1 of the Pocho Live podcast. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and support a real one in the field. Today, what are we talking about? Lucky Hood Stocks. Let's get it.
So let's get into it. So Lucky, if you don't know who Lucky is, Lucky from HoodStockSS, Lucky Suntzu, bro. So a little bit about the backstory about how I got caught up into this whole HoodStockSS thing. Who is this guy, right? I feel you. I'll be bringing out a lot of people to this whole little. There's just this dope niche, man. I feel like it's dope that we have like a real niche now where there's all these different kind of characters, and we can bring them out and let you know who they are. Well, one of the dopest and one of the first characters to create this whole thing on the real is Lucky Suntzu coming out of Highland Park, everybody, Northeast Los Angeles. You feel me? He started HoodStockSS about 6 years ago, and it's been cracking ever since. You feel me? And for me, I think I got caught out in the pandemic, to be honest. The pandemic sat me down and I saw a lot of things cracking out the food community, all these different things, and HoodStockSS were one of the first things I saw. And I saw like just different people I would have never met. But one thing that I loved about HoodStockSS is I was not living in Los Angeles, but he made it feel like I was back in LA again, and I just really, really appreciated that. So salute to Lucky, you feel me, doing his thing in the field. The other thing about Lucky is he's one of the first to do it. If you want to talk about podcasting, he's definitely the first to. He's one of there has been many now that has come after him, but I think he's one of the first, I would say, to really be podcasting for his people, for the homies in Southern California, and for the kind of for his community. You feel me? And then the story what I liked about Lucky is he didn't have to get all these superstars and rappers, and he even says that he doesn't even care about interviewing rappers because it's true, bro. Interviewing rappers is kind of annoying. Most of them are half like lame, and then they think they're already famous and cool and all this. But so he was like, I mean, I just want to interview real humble people, real people that have stories, real homies. You know what I mean? And he did that. And he definitely did that. And so in the pandemic, I saw what was going on. He was just really documenting his people, and he inspired me. He is definitely one of the inspirations of me starting my podcast because I used to be on the radio, and when the pandemic hit, I was like, what could I do? And I started seeing that Lucky was doing his thing, and other American Cholo, Rodian Radio, all these places. And what's crazy is I got to meet all of them except for Lucky. I remember one time, no, hey, Lucky, it's all love because he follows my podcast page. But he put up like who should I interview? Who should I interview? And hella people tagged me, and I went to go check it, and then the page was deleted, or like the post was deleted. But I think he put two to two together, saw kind of where I grew up and stuff. So that was unfortunate, but it is what it is. No matter what, even if Lucky don't mess with me or don't like, he's just like whatever, he's doing his own thing, nothing like that. I ain't nothing out here. But he did inspire me. I would say Lucky is one of the first people to truly like make me want to do this for many reasons. One is I didn't go as far as him, but we both have a kind of like that street background. But also I feel like he has like a good heart. You feel me? He's real funny. He likes to joke around. And a lot of people are open to be like, a lot of people are like real tough guys. They try to act tough all the time. Like, and the thing is, real tough guys when they're not scared to be funny, you know what I mean? Kick back. But also he's half Jewish. People try to get on him for being, a tribal member of that West Los Angeles gang. Nah, it's just there's so many Jewish people on Robinson Boulevard, bro. Drive down Robinson Boulevard, you'll get to know the tribe for sure. I got love for him. I went to Santa Monica College, and a gang of them were there, even Persian Jews, and they thought I was Persian, so they thought I was a Persian Jew. And I got that Jew fro hair, you feel me? So it's already, salute to the Jews. I don't even know if that is cool. But he's half Jewish, half Mexican, all Chicano, you feel me? All gangster, all cholo, all Southsider, straight from Highland Park. I worked at Homeboy Industries, and I got to know a lot of homeboys from the Avenues, which is their opposition. And I also got to meet a homeboy from Highland Park. He was like he was one of a crew, and I don't remember what they call themselves, but they were like pretty boys, and they got girls and made money, and they were like collar poppers. They kind of remind me of how we are in the Bay, more about making money than gang banging. But if you want to go there, we can do that too, or whatever. in terms of just things in the Bay. Because the Bay's not really about gangbang. It's more about getting money. And anybody gets in your way, you get in their way. You feel me? So he's from Highland Park, though. And what's the trip about Highland Park is there's Highland Park and then the avenues. And then in the Highland Park, there's the Avs. So it's like the Avs are in Highland Park as well. But I only got to know most people from Highland Park, or from the avenues. Shout out to Matty. I'm just gonna say Matt. There's one guy from Avenues. I'm not even gonna show a picture of him, but his name's Matt, and I gave him I got 10 years now, and I got to give him, when you get your first, every year you get a cake. When you get a cake of sobriety, you get candles, and the first year is kind of like a big year, and you give it to somebody to say like you can get there too, and I gave my first candle to Matt from the Avenues. And he's a real good looking, handsome cat that had swagger and all that. And Highland Park isn't that far from Homeboy Industries. Homeboy Industries is in Chinatown, but it's like on the back end of it. And you can just bust into the cuts and really move through you can move through less, what is it? What is it? The dog one? Dogtown or whatever. And then go through Lincoln Heights. And you can just bust into Highland Park real quick. And so people from Avenues would come down to Homeboy Industries, even if they weren't working there. And a lot of them would do like photo shoots and get a little bit of money, because there'd be like celebrity type people, or like people trying to capture different things from movies. And he would do that. And then eventually he got a job there. And he was still real active. And because he would still roll around on fools that you see rolling around on bikes, they're still with the business. And he kept falling off. But I really got to know him. And I really hope that, I don't know where he's at right now, but every once in a while I would see him in pictures a couple years ago. And I hope he's doing good. But that's the opposition. Now we're talking about Lucky real quick. Highland Park. You feel me? I like to go on tangents. I'm out here just chilling. But Lucky Suntzu, to me, is the best to ever do it, and is the king of podcasting right now, really, because he started 6 years ago at least. He's interviewed more. I think he's had more dynamic interviews than anybody else. Yeah, they try to hate on him about drinking. I wouldn't suggest drinking, while you podcasting, but if that is what does it for you, then you should do that. The one thing I want to get out of this video is that Lucky is the greatest to do it so far. And the reason why, not because he gets the most views, he does. I'm not going to do a lot of this, but not because he has the most subscribers. I'll just do one real quick. They told me relax on that, but not because he's the most realest in the field. Where's my, let me get this out, dog. I just got it. Shit. It's going to get serious right now. You guys are lucky I didn't bring up El Sucker Free, bro. Because when I bring El Sucker Free, it's on, bro. That's only when I really need to deal with some suckers. But this is a salute. I'm trying to let me stay positive, people. Y'all know I be liking to get negative out here. Mr. Negative, shout out. But right now it's about saluting a real one in the field, even if he don't mess with you, though. Hope you don't think I'm part of like that other, people that fell off. But nah. But the reason why Lucky is the best to do it, because in the moment, he's not afraid to really go there. He's not afraid to really go there, though. And the problem is most of you fatos never really go there in the field for real. I didn't even go. I was a half stepper my whole life. I'll be honest. I was a half stepper in my neighborhood. I was a half stepper in college. I was a half stepper in a gang of things with women. I was a half stepper in a marriage. I was a half stepper in everything I did. Even at my half step, and I still did it well, though. And that's part of my story, my recovery. See, you got to understand how alcoholism, what it does to you. You think it's like making you better and doper, but what it's really doing is killing you softly in the night. In the morning, those crudas. Those crudas, güey, no manches, güey, no manches, güey. No manches. No manches. The crudas were the worst, bro. That alcohol led me to live a whole life of half stepping. And the day I got sober, and every single day after that, I told myself I was going to keep it 100. And I have ever since. I kept that promise. I never kept a promise, bro. I'm a promise breaker. I'm a boundary breaker. I like the abyss and I want company. You feel me? I like that hot fire. Why is Lucky number one? It's because he got that hot fire. He's not afraid to be himself. He's not afraid to joke about himself, to do flaws about himself, talk about his D size, talk about the flaws, bro. Call me man bun, call me this, call me that, call me emotional. It don't matter. But the one thing you can't say is that I don't keep it 100 on the mic on a daily basis. And it don't matter how many views I get, how many views he gets. See, you got me, you got me going crazy. It don't matter because in the end, when it's all said and done, did you keep it 100? And I bet 99.9 of you vatos did not. But guess who does? Guess who does though? It's that full Lucky Suntzu, HoodStockSS, baby. Gonies. Bay Area, North Bay, Santa Rosa, South Park, Roseland, West 9th, Indian Village, 2600 block, Valley Oak, Southwest Park, Moreland. I used to call it Portland. Pow, pow, pow. But Brad, he keeps it real in the field. And somebody that's all the way across the state can see that. I didn't have to go to prison to know that. This fool keeps it real, bro. And you can trust a podcaster that will always keep it real in the moment. He has a decision every time he gets on the mic, how much he will give you. And I believe that vato gives more than anybody on the YouTube yard or whatever that BS is. He gives more than any of you vatos do. He gives more of himself. Every pod is a full experience. Now I'll tell you, I don't watch all of them anymore because I'm a sensitive dude, dog. And you don't like me, you don't F with me. I can't watch all your content. But I'm like Adam, bro. Recently, Adam was like, this guy talks F about me, but I can't seem to stop talking about him or whatever. I follow Lucky's personal page. Look him up, Lucky Suntzu. And he had a little piece on that, which was funny because this is what I'm trying to talk about. You real podcasters, they don't need clout. They don't need to worry about the numbers. They keep it 100 and people are attracted to them. It's based on attraction. Everything in this life is based on attraction. If you really want it, you're going to get it. Sorry, I got to keep my mic clean. But I'm being serious out here, people. We're going to go through this, but the main thing, bro, is that there is no crashing out. There is no, you guys think I'm crashing out now? You think I'm crashing out just because you guys are afraid of emotions. You're scared to show your emotions. Do you know how weird it is to look at a fucking camera and get emotional and get real with it? But I do, because I do it for myself, for my people, for my daughter, for my future. I want people to know how I was feeling in 2024, baby. You smell me? But salute to HoodStockSS and the Goonies. You feel me? 4 times from the Bay Area, baby. Salute. I salute you. Let me do this. Do you know why they did this, people? Do you know how the salute started? Do you understand why the salute started? The salute started when people would go with those little javelins, and hit each other. Remember, both of them were men of honor. When they went the horses and they would like javelin or whatever that is. They would open their heads up like this, the mask, and go like this and say, I see you. You're a warrior. Let's go. Eye check. You feel me? They'd go like this. Boom. You see it one more time. Boom. Salute. Now let's go to war. And the reason I want to say that is because just because I'm not one of them or this or that, I'm from over here, you can salute the real see real all the time. That's why he's making fun of Teletubby, because Teletubby's cool, but I talk to the homie here and there. He's real, but he is playing it. It's entertainment. And we'll get into what he actually said, but this is what it is, bro. This is what it is. Lucky's that guy right now, and nobody gonna take him off his pedestal because he's made fun of himself. There's nothing you can say that he hasn't already said to himself. There's not a pain that he hasn't felt already. He's a grown man. He's a 47-year-old that will give you the business. because I'm a 41-year-old man and I'll give you the business. Now they think we're crashing out. That's just you don't want to see us crashing out. I bet Lucky, if Lucky ever saw this, he could attest to this. Anybody that can crash out, that's not crashing out, boy. Like he said, he's just having some fun. And shout out to the Counts. That was a dope interview. Shout out to different Estilo, the boys out of San Bernardino. Shout out to the Counts. Shout out to Little G. He was actually the first person on the full community that was supposed to get interviewed, but they didn't let that one go out either. Little G. He came downtown LA with big old 909 or something like that, big old San Bernardino. He was trying to get in. I was like, oh, he was like, I'm trying to, he was trying to he was getting into the building. I was like, dang. He was on Front Street, but it was all good. He was representing. Shout out to LA and the IE. But this 47-year-old will give you the business, and he gives you the business on a daily basis. Another thing, he gives you more content than everybody. He doesn't even have to cut his things up. I cut my stuff up so I can give you guys, feed it to you easily. You don't need to. Because why? Because you're going to watch a 2-3 hour, 4-hour podcast. He got it like that. Like he has you engaged. In this world, you have to understand whose world you're in the situation, and act accordingly. Right now, you're in my world if you're watching this. But more people are in Lucky's world. And when you're there, you're in his world. He's the Father. He's the Son. He's the Holy Ghost, bro. He is the all-knowing. He has the camera. He has the mic. He knows how to use it all together to empower himself, his people, this whole world of ours, this whole frequency. And I'm getting turned up because I believe that you can't talk about him in a bad way. I mean, you can make fun of him, this and that, but to try to say he's not the greatest podcaster to ever come out of Los Angeles is a lie. Absolute lie. The facts of the case is that Vato is the dude, and I ain't jocking. And it doesn't matter, homie. Real dudes can show respect and love. What happened to I think it happened with these tight pants when fools started checking in like it was a bad thing. I've been checking in my whole life. To check in is an honorable thing, bro. When you checking on your family, you checking on your father, you're checking on your kids. When you go to Los Angeles, you checking on with your homies. You feel me? And he's checked in. So the main other point I just want to keep batting this thing across is that the reason why he is the greatest podcaster is because he's not afraid to be his full self all the way through. Done more episodes than most people, more likes, more follows, more subs, more following on Instagram and different platforms, way more viral moments. How many things do we want to get into? The Lefty situation, and he's on point. He has a good perspective. Lefty is somebody great to interview. His music's mediocre, but there is potential. But he said, I didn't interview him for his music. I interviewed him for his personality. And because y'all were jocking me, just the mere fact that he lagged it on Lefty because he didn't want to be just like everybody else, jumping on the little bandwagon. And remember, people, I saw Lefty before all you fools, way before. And Lefty will never deny that, Lefty. I'm not even trying to jock that fool, get back into tripping on that fool, but ain't nobody cannot deny that I caught that fool first. I was part of the first group that was starting to show love to him. That's all I'll say. Not the first, not even close. I mean the first generation. So that is like the people before the interviews of Fool Community and Indicted TV before that. But that's not. I'm not want to get too caught up on that fool, because that's what happened. These troll ass fools get you looking over here when it's really the business right here. We're lucky. And there is no crashing out, bro. This is us showing our emotions in the moment. And we're gonna get into all the people that he got down on, and we'll respond to that accordingly. But the fact is that he's not a crash out king. That it's fun. I do it for breakfast. I do it for fun. I'll do it in the morning. I'll do it at lunch. I'll do it for brunch. I'll do it for lunch. I'll do it at Asada way. The only person that's up here with Lucky right now is Pocho1. Shout out to my boy, Cana El Rio. Everybody knows I was born in Santa Paula. Salute. But I lived in Oxnard, Chiques. Little Chicago. So There's nothing you can tell me. Put it in the comments if you think there's a better podcaster. More, or about to hit 200,000. Always gets over 10, 20, 30K. I mean, he's podcasting with the real dudes, you know? I ain't trying. I'm doing this for fun. I ain't nothing. I ain't shit. I know it. I ain't afraid. I just like to be seeing this cool party happening. I got a whole world out here. I got business going on. I got my own life. But this is fun to watch. It's exciting. We never had a whole culture, podcasters, photographers, rappers, DJs, breakdancers, radio hosts, comedians going viral like Duno. We never had all that. New things popping up like Cold TV, OGs representing like fucking Conejo. You feel me? We're out here, little one. You feel me? Coyotes for hire are taking us to another level. And then there's these fools that everybody got to deal with that Lucky calls out. I think that goes for everybody because I don't even think Lucky's such on a higher level. He don't need to do that. But I think this is just shows you that he's a 47-year-old that will give you the business. One is, first of all, I just love how he just says, now let's talk about podcasters. And one thing I wanted to say, thank you, I'm happy I remember this, is when you send your hate mail, put an address. If you guys notice, I don't do too much sneak dissing. You know who I'm talking about because I say their name over and over and over again. And I'm not going to stop. But please. He sets it up. Boom. It's like an essay, bro. It's like an essay writing an essay. But he just sets it up. Let's talk about these podcasters. And he just, like he just says, hey, what's up? He just basically throws his hood up. Hey, this is Highland Park. And then he just goes, just hits you, dog. Teletubby. That one's better than what I had. The Vato says he has no more cool, bro, because I feel him. That's why I felt like at the food community, they were already trying to put me on cool. LA Icon, everybody trying to sensitive. I am sensitive. Censor me, bro. I'm that dude, bro. I go there. I'm cut from this cloth. Maybe it's because I'm biracial and we had to fight every day in this world to be one of the homies. And that's why I don't like when people try to disrespect me or play with my name. It's because I did a lot just to stand with the homies in the 90s, just to be there, just to be outside with the homies. They wouldn't let you stand next to them. Shout out to my homeboy Meckles. I asked him what happened. Like, well, there's always kind of like when the guys that kind of survived, I'm like, well, did you go to prison? What? Of course, I know he's my friend, but I was like, what? What made you change? And he was like, bro, there was nobody worth kicking it with or going to prison with or my ops. They weren't worthy of my time. So I just got a family. He doesn't shy away from getting into conflict. It doesn't mean he has to go to war or this has to be a battle or whatever, but this just shows that he's not afraid to go there. Just because we disagree, just because we go at it with each other doesn't mean it can't stay right here. It can go there too, though. And he says he's with it every time. But oh yeah, and that's why he also inspired me to create my own thing, bro, because I didn't want to have to worry about somebody getting in their feelings, worrying about what I was going to do, not really going there. I want a podcast with fools that really go there. I'm willing to go there. He's the only person I really feel that doesn't hold back at all. And I think basically every single podcaster I know just gives a little bit, just enough to be a podcaster. But just know, bro, I'm here. Some days I want to give up. Like, why am I doing this? But other days it's exciting and fun. So we'll see. But what I like about this part is he says that, like, there ain't nobody here, to get in my way now. I'm going to let it be known. And he doesn't even go like, hey, F this and F that. He just says, he's taking responsibility. I'm going to do this. Not everybody else, me. I love how he just says, I want to put him on blast. The other thing I don't like about the industry in LA, especially, is everybody's trying to be cool because they don't want to mess with anybody's feelings and everybody's hypersensitive. So everybody's all like real, like Karens, So, but when you're in podcasting, you can't be sensitive. There's like different lazy other fools unfollowed me after, like, I cared, bro. Rappers don't mean nothing to me, bro. If you're a rapper and you're seeing this, just know, bro, unless you're my homie, I'm cool with you. I don't care, dog. I'm here to speak on the culture, and I'm gonna speak on you if you come across my crosshairs. I'm gonna speak on you if we're cool or not. And same with Lucky. He speaks on people if they're cool or not. He's willing to break bridges, burn bridges, all for the truth. And that's what makes him a great podcaster. And he basically just says that hater world is digging his own grave. And I don't mean that like literally. I mean that like in the podcast world, his numbers do seem to be going down. He did this whole new thing with bringing Droops in, and I think that that was in one way because when I talked to the Hater World, I actually and it's very, very, very little. I can tell that he's actually a pretty sincere dude. I'm a pretty good person of catching character, and even while Hater World's doing a lot of the shady things, I can tell that it's kind of like he's trying to do it in the right way now because he does have some class. And I think generally speaking, if you really look at it, he doesn't go as far as he probably could. So I don't know where necessarily the so much fire is coming from, um, the homie to the Hater World, but it's fun to see. It's entertaining as heck. He does look like a Teletubby. I'm not gonna lie, Hater World. You got to work on that. You got like the thing right here going where it puts you like this, Holmes, and you do be looking like a Teletubby because just like it's like regular, and then boom, my hood. It's like, hey, what's up, though? On the Hater World. And then he'd be marking, hey, you said you wouldn't play with me. I never strike you. Don't strike me, bro. It's okay to, mess with each other. But I just love this because this is kind of like Swifty Blue, who just went off, went crazy. Swifty Blue went crazy, bruh. He just goes down the line, lettered on my ops, and he just goes down the line. But I do think that the like Blue Devil's trying to read, like kind of move around, and the thing with Droops, in one way, I think it is cool because Droops does have something to offer the world. Shout out to Droops. I really like how he carries himself, and I think that Droops honestly was just trying to look out for him. And Droops is coming from more of like a street level where he's the big homie, just trying to look out that the little homie, that his little homie doesn't crash out, too quick. But same time, it's like that guys, they're not little, they're all grown, older, both of them older than me. So I kind of understand that. Like Lucky's like, bro, I'm way too old to have somebody kind of like trying to make sure I'm okay. I'm okay. I stand on everything I say. And me too. Even if I like I'm probably gonna stop calming down on Icon, but if it comes up, I might. But I stand on everything I've said on these fools. And we have the right to change our mind. We have the right as podcasters to change our mind. Say that one more time. Us as podcasters have the right to change our mind. And he basically said that he's gonna catch up to Hater World. And I do feel that like in this game, you gotta be careful, bro, because people are starting to take this real sensitive. And when I first saw the Hater World, I kind of took it the same way. Like, who's this talking about gold toes? Like he knows them, like calling them gold fingers. Like, bro, if you ever talk to gold toes like that in person, you would just let's just say you would never in your life, Hater World, never talk to gold toes that way. You would never say gold fingers. You would never say that to me or any of the people that I know. He goes on my boy Tony and Marvelous, and those are the homies. It's not that I got anything to say. He doesn't really hate on them no much, just that they should go have go grab a Coke or whatever kind of thing, like get a Coke and have a smile kind of thing. And I think that was kind of funny. Oh, and he goes off on Marvelous. Shout out to my boy Marvelous. I've done interviews with him. Go check out, just Google Pocho1 and Marvelous. Shout out to Maravilla también and East LA también, all that. I spent a lot of time out there actually. I used to go to AA meetings in the projects. Ask anybody. I bet you I'll Google it, see if I can look at. There's a meeting in the little hall thing right there, the little club, whatever building in the projects in Maravilla. And I used to go to that meeting. And he did. I remember Marvelous. I do remember Marvelous. And they went over. They got into it right over their homie that got like passed away, and even like did like some kind of fundraiser. I don't look at say that, but it's crazy. You forget about these old beefs because there's so many new beefs. Man, LA is just full of beef. But you guys gotta remember, it's not like that it's something new. This is how LA is. That's why it's so crazy. There's always been beef. Oh yeah, he gives a little bit of respect to American Cholo. Shout out because he's like, oh, he keeps it, but he calls me an alcoholic and whatever, and he makes fun of him for going to juvenile hall. So I'm the same. He did more than me. I only went to juvenile hall and to camp and stuff like that. I was like, I'm cool, bro. Why when I started seeing that, and I went to juvenile hall when it was like shady juvenile hall though in Santa Rosa, Los Guilagos. Now it's all nice over there. I just saw that. I was like, bro, I like women, homie. I'm going to college, bro. I want a career. Y'all are weird. I thought all this like tough guy stuff. I was like, you guys are weird, bro. We're going to hang out with girls sitting in a room, mad at each other all day. Oh my God, no disrespect. But I'm really happy I didn't spend 10, 20 years in a box looking at other men mad, but especially because I'm too damn pretty to be locked up in a box. This baby need to be outside though. Outside though. And I do think that Lucky should watch the drink. Hopefully he got into control. But if you ever need to talk to somebody, bro, talk to me. Talk to Homeboy Industries. That's how I got sober, and they helped me. It's crazy, I know, but I'm the only homie from Bay Area to ever get run through the. I'm the only homie from the Bay Area to run through Homeboy Industries program and successfully graduate and get back into senior staff. I started as I started as a contract worker, then I went to rehab, then I became senior staff. Isn't that crazy, people? Remember Homeboy Industries, I was just like a stipend worker. And then this is the only place where you can admit you're an alcoholic and crash out, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're a drunk." They find out I'm a drunk because I'm come to work all lit, and they promote me after I go to rehab. So I go to rehab, come back, and I'm promoted. I did have to go through the whole program, like a whole year program. But I got anger management classes. I got all kinds of classes, bro. I got therapy, bro. I got all kinds of things you're not even supposed to do, but now you can, and it doesn't matter. So it was amazing. Shout out to Homeboy Industry that changed my life. And there is where I just met so many homies from so many areas in LA. Anybody's been over there knows that there's all kinds of people there, good, bad, if you know what I mean, and just from every neighborhood. But yeah, man, just be careful on the alcohol, my boy. And I do want to say that I think people tried to like say, oh, he's trying to say he's active and like till he was 37, and that he's trying to make himself look like what he like that's like a buffoon, because like you shouldn't be proud of being active till 37. But the whole point I think he's trying to say, and salute to American Cholo, because he's one of the I've been on his show twice, and he's one of the reasons I also Lucky and American Cholo and Tony A are the three people that kind of really got me into wanting to do it myself. That's not just watching them, but saying, "Hey, I recognize these vatos. I want to be like them, kind of, and do my thing." I got something to say, but man, I ain't like them at all. All those fools are way bigger. But I did just start. This is my. I'm in. I think right now, July, probably. I think right now, August. Around this time is when I started last year. I got monetized like in like September or something. But basically, he's just trying to say that like it's his hood stocks. He has hood stocks. He has real hood stocks, and basically he thinks he has more hood stocks than the guy that calls him American Cholo, right? Where the brand's named off being a gang member from America. But I think it goes good with Gil. Shout out to American Cholo. Yeah, he said there's levels to this game, bro, and he's just saying he's at the top level. And I guess I agree. It's just like there's no reason. I talk to older about those different than I talk to younger about those. But when older about those talk to me like we're the same age, then sometimes I'll talk to them like we're the same age. And I think what happened with Lucky is that American Cholo was talking to him like he was younger, like American Cholo, because he acts kind of crazy sometimes, not petty, but like so he started talking to him back like that. And then he says, like, anywhere I go, I get love, dog. And I want to say that too. You'll see that people hate on me on the internet because they're not used to somebody like me. But when you see me in the streets, bro, I get nothing but love. And any of the hate I get, they don't announce it, let me tell you. I do like that he says he gets hugs and handshakes, and he's kind of saying like the hater world and other people, like they don't go outside and get support like he does. And I do think that if you're gonna be the greatest podcaster, you got to get love from the people like Lucky did. And you saw Lucky go to downtown LA with his whole shirt off. Basically, when you take in your homeboy and you take your whole shirt off, that means you feel comfortable representing. People are showing love. So he was getting love in the middle of downtown LA, where his ops could have been, because Northeast LA is pretty close to downtown LA. That's the thing, and what I really like Lucky too is because he says if you don't get that love, the same love back, we're gonna knuckle up. And I feel that way. I think I need to calm down. It's a flaw of mine though, is that I think that if people, even if people don't give me the energy, because the thing is, I show a lot of people respect recently with that no paper podcast thing. I felt like I wasn't getting the same respect, so I went off. But salute to them. Shout out to the No Paperwork podcast. Yeah, he just said the hater world's a chismo. I mean, I think we all are to an extent, though. So I do think, though, it's kind of like one from the food community. Even Negra, if I'm indicted, said, "Hey, if you're not going to show your face, you don't matter. What you say don't matter." And it's true. Like if you're gonna talk all this, I stand behind everything I say. And if you got a problem with me, I don't want to catch a fade. All I ask for is for a fair one at least. I think I deserve a fair one at least. But I don't even think we should do that. But if the worst case, you know what I mean? I'm willing to go there to stand on everything I say. I'm not gonna say all this and then run and hide people. I'm gonna stand with them in the center of my community and speak till my voice shakes. as long as it's the truth. Shout out to No Lames Podcast and the Mongrels. Shout out to G Money. He was funny on the show. Shake that bush though. Shake that bush though. Shake that bush though. Shake that bush. Lucky. Shout out to Droops though. He's doing his thing. It was I don't know. We'll still see. I believe in one way it was dope to show Droops love, but in another way it was a shady move to kind of keep this little tension going. But at the same time, like Lucky said, it don't matter now. Droops HoodStockSS is infiltrating hater world. You feel me? And if you go to the hater world, you know you're gonna be treated well because Droops don't play. He's all about respect. Salute to Droops though. And salute to him getting better too. I know he got hit a couple times, but he made it through and he's here to, live another day and add value to our society. It's HoodStockSS, baby. He talks about Raider Tommy. I forgot. I think I've seen him in chats, but shout out to him. I got nothing against him. But he goes off on him saying that he just jocked everybody about Dachi and then that he just like, it's like when a girl runs through the homies, he's running through people. And I see a lot of chatters that little chat fools that just be groupies. They be in everybody's chat, bro. And it's like, you know who you are. I'm not gonna give any guys even clout. Oh, on Instagram. Shout out to Raider Tommy. Damn. He was off on Raider Tommy. The thing is, I believe him though. I believe him. I do want to say something though. I do want to say something that I do believe that a lot of people are fooling y'all. The game is upside down. You think people that are the realest aren't even from their neighborhoods. They aren't from other areas or people. They say they're Mexican and they're not even Mexican. They say they like, women, but they actually like, they say all these things, brother, but they're not who they really say they are. Well, Lucky is really who he says he is. And in all this, all he asks is everybody to keep it 100, even Droops, hater, or everybody. Keep it 100, though. Don't try to say one thing and do another. That's what bees do. Oh, he goes back off on Marvelous, but that's the homie. Shout out to Marvelous. There's a lot of things that Marvelous says I don't agree with at all, but this is the thing, people. I don't agree with most of these podcasters. Most of these podcasters want to vote for Trump. I will never vote for Trump. I think if you vote for Trump, you're out of your mind, bro. I would never let somebody disrespect me or my people. And I don't care. I cannot vote for no Gavacho who disrespects our people, deports our people. I don't care if Obama did it, bro. Disrespects our people, trying to say he's going to create barriers instead of bridges. And then I'm going to vote for him just for my pocketbook. If you vote for Trump, respectfully, I'm not saying vote for Kamala, man. She ain't all that either. But I ain't voting for Trump. That's for dang sure right now. I'd rather see Kamala Harris up there, even though she locked up half the homies. They don't want to come outside, Lucky. If you need me, let me come outside with you, though. You see these guns, though, baby? Let's go, though. He also goes off on compa, my boy compa, bro. He he went to see that he tried to fade compa and all that. But man, I don't know why he had to even go there, man. Compa's a good dude, bro. Little dude too, but strong dude. He didn't even know Raider's name though, man. But I guess he saw him somewhere at a comedy show and he pressed him, and Raider didn't want him. But I don't think that's necessarily 100% because a lot of times you won't know if people are on that type of time, but he should have known, so I don't know. And real quick, people, I wanted to say that I know that I'm late to this and then I don't do this like right away and I'm not going to get as many views because I make long videos or I post them like a week later. But you guys got to understand, I'm doing this more for historical purposes, not to become a YouTuber, bro. I can't stand YouTube like that in terms of, don't call me a YouTuber. I'm just a fool on the internet trying to tell my people's story and add a little value and talk a little ish. But in closing, bro, I just want to say that the reason, so all of this yip yapping that I did is really just to say that this dude Lucky started with is basically the first to do it, gets the most viewers, gets the most comments, has the most engaging and most prolific podcast, goes viral more than anybody, is not willing to go there in every moment, every second of his time on the internet and on this mic. When you're on this mic, you got to respect this mic and you got to tell the truth, even if it makes you look funny or bad or crash out or emotional or what is it called, J-Cats, or it's so funny people using all these prison terms. I never went to prison and I don't use prison terms really unless I'm referring to something that somebody else that uses it. But so you guys, you need to stop referring to me that has anything to do with prison because I never went and I would never want to go. And I think it's really strange when people glorify prison. Anybody, that's why I was so surprised by Lefty. Anybody that knows anybody that spent time in those real level 3s and 4s and holes or whatever, like my cousin, knows that you don't come out, acting all tough guy. No, because anybody can take your wind. I don't even like using these terms. But the reality is that Lucky is willing to go there. The reason, one time, Tony A even said it to me. You're all in, huh? Yes, I'm all in. Lucky's all in. Tony is dope. But a lot of like not just Tony, but like all the other people he talked about, like Hater World, American Cholo, Compa Raider. The one thing I would say is I don't think that they give their full selves. Even Marvelous. Marvelous gives a lot. But what I'm saying is that Lucky gives the most on his podcast of himself. And that's the kind of podcaster I want to be. That's the kind of podcaster that I want to watch. That's the kind of podcaster that got me to buy a mic, buy a camera, learn how to do this crazy things with, like, this. You guys understand? I'm a photographer, but a lot of photographers hate doing video. They just do it because to get money. But all this is a thing. Yeah, I might get a little sign and make it a little more cleaner soon. But I'm taking my time, bro, making sure I really want to do this. But that vato over there, he's all in. And he's been all in for years. So the reason why I'm saying that I believe that Lucky Suntzu is the king of podcasting in California, I'd say we run everything anyway. So the country, maybe the world right now for brown people is because he gives the most and he's willing to go there in every moment. And he doesn't lie. And he can change his mind, people. He can move on. We evolve and grow and we're flexible, people. You got to give people room to grow and change. Relax. People, please. Go check out Hoodstocks. Go check out Lucky Suntzu on Instagram and YouTube, TikTok, and all social media platforms. Go listen to this brother's story. He has a beautiful story of self growth and empowerment, and putting it on the line and taking risk and being a risk taker. And even through all this, when people are trying to make him crash out, see, this is one point I'm happy I'm going to remember and to say, because I really, even though this isn't live, I really do, bro. I don't do 2 or 3 takes. I give you everything I got, edit a little bit, and that's it. But this is what him getting emotional and disrespecting people he don't like or whatever going up. That's not crashing out. Crashing out would be letting people get between him and Droops, and then crashing out on Droops, somebody cares about in real life. And what does he continue to say? That he loves all the guys, all the Goonies, and all the guys that he worked with. He burns no bridges with his brothers. He only makes bridges with them or keeps the bridge cool. You stay on that side, I will stay on this side. But we have a line of communication. That's a man. That's not a fool. That's an evolved human being. That's a father. That's a big homie. That's the king of Los Angeles. It's Lucky Suntzu, the king of Los Angeles, the king of podcasters, the podcaster of podcasters. I really mean that, bro. Ain't nobody in the comments, and anybody cutting this up. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that there's somebody better right now than Lucky Suntzu. Coming out of Highland Park, baby. Let's get it. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, support a real one in the field, people. Please, you know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. Just doing my band. Trying to live my best life. Trying to live my best life, but I'm doing my best. Everybody, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, support a real one. Lucky is the king of Los Angeles. Pocho said it. Everything I say is facts, even if you don't want to believe it. In the future, history will absolve me. And I'm out.